music, particularly from like the 80s. So those are always fun. And then there's a reference in one of the upcoming the Slice of Life PAX, if y'all can spot it.
Hi, I am Amanda Groh, and I'm the producer on Dungeons & Dragons Online.
I just have a couple of questions I want to ask. Given that during the panel I am a brand new D&D player, I would like to ask the first thing, what's some beginner advice that you would like to give to people that maybe want to get into D&D online?
So if you're just starting with D&D online, the first thing is the fact that it's free is a thing to know up front, because it means that you can come in and try stuff and sort of feel out what you like and what you don't like. So when you're starting off, you'll start in the starter area, but from there's many different adventures, and you sort of try what you feel like. Another thing is that we find some people, when they're brand new and they're getting in, everybody's skill level can be very different. And so some people, when they come in, they might be playing on the default setting, and they might find it too easy. And so we have extra difficulty levers that you can throw. Don't be afraid to change those as you're playing. And the nice thing is, some games have nightmare mode, but then it sets that for the whole game. With ours, it's on a per dungeon basis. So you can go into a dungeon, try it, and if you're ooh, this is too much, then you can just scale that down on that dungeon without having to do it for every single one that you play. And then, bring friends. Our dungeons will allow you to play with up to 6 people. And I always joke that you can play DDO alone, but it's more fun with friends. It's like an escape room. Yeah, you can do an escape room by yourself, but escape rooms, the magic of it is when you're with your friends, and your friend is I don't know, I got the puzzle and I can't figure this part out. And you're well, something is hitting me right now. So that's the real fun of it, is getting to play together with other people.
Given the game has been out for it's been 18 years, right?
18, yeah. It's enough to vote.
And D&D's been around for 50. What would you say has been important with when it comes to the community as for the longevity of the game? What's kind of kept that drive going for a game that's been going on for close to 2 decades?
Yeah, the longevity, a lot of it comes from the social network, right? People's communities, people's guilds. When you're playing with other people, not just your 6 friends. We have players that form huge guilds and play together and explore. And then we have lots of different objectives for people to be working on. So some people are my goal is to get to the level cap, or somebody else is what, my goal is to use the reincarnation system, where not only do I get to the level cap, I actually start all the way over, keeping all my goodies, and then go back through it again with even more perks. And so there's just so much to do, and there's just this whole environment of people helping each other, trying to figure out their character builds. Character builds is another huge part of it, because with DDO, there's so many permutations of how to make a character. Instead of 6 different choices, if I make a fighter and you make a fighter, even though they're both fighter, they can be played completely differently based on how we each built it. One time we tried to measure it mathematically, and it's something 2 trillion combinations of how to build just a fighter. Much less if you start multi-classing and pulling in all the other classes, because we let you mix classes too. So that's a huge strength that keeps people playing, because you're just wait, what if my fighter could do this? Wait, what if I combine my fighter with a bard? And so that imaginative process is a huge part of the staying power.
Second to last question, if I can try to remember it.
Sure.
It's been quite the long day.
Oh, I bet. There's a lot to do at PAX.
Absolutely, that's been the fun part. When it comes to, oh God, I actually forgot the question. When it comes to the community, what's kind of the best part of the community behind Dungeons and Dragons, especially when we mentioned the longevity of it all? What's the best part about it?
My favorite part of the DDO community is the fact that they're so willing to help newer people when they come in, because what they'll do is say, wait, I see you're new, make sure that you do this dungeon like this, and watch out for that puzzle in that dungeon. And they're always willing to help give you tips on how to play even better, right? Because for some of them, they've been playing for 18 years, and they're willing to share whatever cool, interesting tips they've learned in that time, because they know if they help somebody else to learn, or help somebody else to figure out a strategy, then that's one more person for them to play with. So they're super into helping each other, sharing builds, build ideas. We have a really strong collaborative content community where our content makers tend to collaborate and trade info, and they'll guest appear on each other's shows, and just it's all about collaboration, and you know that breadth of imagination and complexity. Like our fans really figure out how to then harness that into activities with each other.
And the last question I have is, what's any new content that's like probably coming out for the game in like the near future?
Sure. So next week, actually, we're going to have 3 new quests that are coming out. It's a little close to April Fool's Day, so they're going to be a little whimsical. And if I can remember the code off the top of my head, actually, I don't know if you'll want it, but you can actually play it for free because we're giving it away for free this year to celebrate our 18th anniversary and to celebrate like the 50 years of D&D. Each month we're doing a free giveaway, and so this month's free giveaway happens to be that adventure pack. So all you have to do is log in to claim it, but every single month we're going to be giving away cool stuff. So we're going to have mounts and other cosmetics and you know, new character trees and all kinds of like really cool stuff. Another thing that's going to be coming out really soon here in the summer is going to be our expansion into Myth-Drannor, which is a really famous D&D setting. It's like this powerful elven ruin, has a lot of interesting history, a lot of really cool monsters, and it has something that people usually think of right away when they think of Myth-Drannor, which is something called wild magic. And sort of to give you a high-level idea of what wild magic is about, you know, the D&D universe has spellcasters and wizards and all that sort of thing. Wild magic happens, and it can cause the well-known spells that a wizard might cast, and it will cause them to behave differently in unexpected, interesting ways. Sometimes it might be more powerful. Sometimes you might just get something crazy, like a planted pot on your head, or just all kinds of stuff. So we're really looking forward to wild magic. We're really looking forward to Myth-Drannor.
All right, thank you so much for your time.